Okay, welcome back to another Aethermancer video. So I played this game for about like 10 hours when I first played it, and I really enjoyed it. I haven't really touched it since because I knew they were going to be launching to early access soon, which I believe is September 11th. I'm not entirely sure. I think it is. So I wanted to get back into it a little bit. I also saw online that a lot of people were having difficulty in their like first runs. I currently haven't lost a run of this. I've put like 7, 8, 9 runs in or something. So I'm going to be going on heroic. And these are all the guys I have unlocked. I have most of them unlocked to start with. Um, let's see, I've done a lot of Jotun. I know that's leveled up quite a bit. You know what? You get to pick between Jotun and Cheruf when you start out. And I haven't actually played with this one yet, so I'll use this one. It has fire and earth elements, and then it focuses on critical, purge, and burn. Scorched earth is its signature trait. Whenever this monster applies one or more burn stacks to an enemy, breaks one poise on them. Okay, so poise is how you basically stagger enemies in this. Grapple, 2 to 3 damage to... I believe it's 2 hits for 3 damage. I believe that's how that talks about that. And purges 1 enemy ether. That's like their mana, essentially. Ignite, 3 times 3 damage to the target enemy, applies to burn. Okay. Yeah, we'll start with that. I haven't done this in a while, so I might get worked. I say a while, it's been like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but we'll see. Okay, I gotta pick my starting dude. Something with poison, no, something with burn or crit, or maybe tank. Might need a tank. Let's see what I get here. This is actually spoilers. This is like the final dude of the demo. This is the level 2 boss, which is kind of interesting. Has Aether, Power, and Age. I don't know if I want to do this right now because I don't know this guy that well, and I don't think this video is the time to do that. This is actually the boss of the first area, which I have used, and I did really enjoy. It also does focus on Purge, so I could get some Purge stuff going because both my guys do have Purge if I do that. This also has Purge. This has Purge and Critical and Sidekick. It's also Wind and Water, which are the elements that I don't currently have. And then this guy's all about shielding and powering up your team. I have used this guy, I did like him quite a bit. I used him actually with this guy, which is pretty good. I'm either gonna go Warden or Wolperdinger. I haven't used this. Let's see what this has. This monster can copy at least the last 2 enemy actions and use them once. On copied action, purges the same amount of elements. Okay, wait, that's interesting. Of ether that was spent on the action. Bubble trick, 2 times 2 damage, and applies sidekick to self. Sidekick, if I put T here, I can see this for you guys. T, sidekick. When another ally attacks, triggers sidekick attack on this monster against the target enemy, dealing 1 times 4 damage based on this monster's elements, then consumes a stack of sidekick. Or wind kick, 2 times 6. It's going to be nice to have a tank, but I'll go this guy because he has Purge and Critical, and we can potentially build around either Purge or Critical. Tuner, guys. Okay, let's see. If you dash into things, let's talk to the cook. I'm not going to read what they have to say. I've kind of realized that it doesn't really matter. Cheruf, random XP between 2 and 3 at the cost of 7 corruption. I will take that. 2 XP, so I get to level up. Nice. Aura. So Aura is going to be a trait that affects all your allies, so that might be pretty good. Allies gain 5% crit chance against enemies for every stack of burn on them. Oh, so if they have 2 stacks, 10%. Aura. For every 3 fire aether consumed by allies, applies burn to all enemies. Interesting. Whenever an ally purges or steals aether, generates 1 additional aether from the same element. Allies take 1 more damage from all hits. Ooh, I don't know about 1 more damage from all hits when I don't have a tank or someone to shield on my team. So we'll just do this. Allies have 5% crit chance on enemies for every stack of burn on them. Go check out whatever this is. Release the monster soul to gain entrance. I'm not going to do this because I don't have my 3rd monster, and I think that's a mistake. Can I see how many monster souls I have? Monster flask. Monster Soul. I have 3. Never mind. Okay, my dude just gets 1 more XP. That's potentially worth it. As long as I don't lose my monsters. F Void Jump, Void Blitz. Okay, so because I'm attacking this dude from high ground, I am going to stagger him. This will start to make sense a little bit. Here, let me... I don't know if there's a better... I think this is the best place for me to be. You're just not going to get to see how many earth and fire elements they have, which doesn't really matter too much. 3 times 3 burn to a target applies, or damage, applies burn. I could do this because it's going to allow my dude to crit more likely, or have a better chance at critting. Let's just do that. I can take the hit from this guy. What are you using? 6 damage. Okay. Do I crit? I did crit. Aqua Pounce. That is a lot of damage though. And it did apply 2 corruption to me. When enemies hit you and they do a lot of damage, they can apply corruption. So I could use Aqua Pounce if I had a water against this guy. That's interesting. Okay, my basic attack will kill this cockatrice. Because of sidekick. He had sidekick procced on him. This won't stagger you, but this does use wind energy, and you see this has a 4, a green 4 next to it, so it will take wind damage to stagger this enemy. So I'll break 2 bars. I'm gonna Aqua Pounce him again. And heal some. I think he heals on his second attack. I don't remember what these monsters do a whole lot, so I might have to read some of this. Aqua Pounce. Let's do this because it applies sidekick to self, and I didn't do the math, but I might be able to kill. Do I kill because of the sidekick? Yes, I killed because of the sidekick, so that was the right play. Worthiness is their like meta progression, so when you level them up here, they'll get bonus stats. Maybe that's why I should have used one of the monsters that I've already used, because their worthiness is leveled up. But basically, the more they do in a fight, the more worthiness they get, and when they level up their worthiness, you'll get stuff like, you know, critical hits do 1 more damage or something like that. 1 skill reroll. Okay. Let's get all the gold. How do I do this again? Shift. Void Blitz. I could stagger the slime. Let's stagger the slime because I don't really have good earth hits. I know I do have a good fire hit. So you're staggered. Oh, I don't have enough to use Ignite because I could stagger this guy, but I don't have the ability to do that. Wait, why is it saying Aqua Pounce will prevent this guy from doing his attack? This monster can copy the last 2 actions and then use them. On copied action, purges the same amount of elements of ether that were spent on the action. Okay, so because that used, I forget how many, it purged their ether, so he didn't have the ether to use his ability because it cost him too much. This also purges 1 ether, so I'll just do that. And he's staggered, so I'm doing more damage to him right now. Let's hit this guy, and I'm just going to knock this guy out. Wind kick him, and then we'll hit this guy and purge an ether so he can't use his move. He's doing a lot of damage. He's building up a lot of corruption currently. We'll do this because it applies sidekick, but I sadly don't think I'm going to be taking this guy out. I do normally like starting with a tank, and I am realizing now why I like starting with a tank. Because I just like having something that can apply shield to my characters or heal them. Oh, that bird does more damage to you the more you actually hit him. So you gotta kill him kind of quick, or in a few attacks. Okay, chain lightning. 2 times 6 damage against against target enemy. On crit, additionally deals 1 times 6 damage to the enemy with the lowest health that didn't receive additional damage this way yet. Interesting. 3 times 4 damage to the target enemy. Purges 2 enemy ether if the target has a burn. Otherwise, applies 3 burn. Okay, I want that. Steals 1 enemy ether, free action. No, we'll take this because we're built around burn, and ideally we're built around burn and purging. Okay, on interrupt, applies sidekick to itself. Interrupt is whenever you stagger an enemy or kill an enemy. On every 3 crits, generates wild ether. Wild ether can be used for any ability to help fund any ability. This is the one whenever you purge or steal, you generate 1 additional one, but you take 1 more damage from all hits. And if something's hitting you like 4 times, that's 4 more damage. I really don't want that. I'm gonna go on every 3 crits generates wild ether, because I want to build around being able to crit a lot. Meteorite common equipment. On support action, converts 1 random ether to wild ether. At the start of combat, shield self for 5. So I'm mainly using this for the shield self for 5 because I don't really have supporting abilities. So we have a knight, we have a merchant. I only have 27 coins. I am also blocking that. Or a random NPC. We'll go talk to the knight. I think the knight's a pretty good dude to talk to overall. I think he gives you another item. I'm pretty sure he gives you an item. We also get our other monsters. So we want something ideally with purge. You have poison, tank, and affliction. You have sidekick, shield, and power. Maybe I can go like some sidekick stuff. I do like this one dude. This guy, I also have him, he's worthiness 4 where this guy's worthiness 1, and this guy can apply shield and power, and my guys hit really hard, so if I can give them power, which can build up huge raw damage the longer the fight goes on. So basically, if you do 2 hits for 3 damage, you'll now do 2 hits for 4 damage. But if you do 4 hits for 1 damage, you can now do 4 hits for 2 damage. So multiple hit things, boosted with power, make things hit a lot harder. And my other guy's crit, which will also increase damage with power. This guy has, sidekick, shield. I think I'm gonna go with this guy. I can also, if I get another support action thing, I can put the support action item on this guy because he actually will be supporting almost every turn. For every 12 shield this monster applies or receives or applies to other monsters, applies sidekick to self. Psychic attacks on this monster consume all psychic stacks at once to deal their combined damage to the enemy. Shields all allies for 4, applies temporary power to all allies, it's going to be really good. Or Hurricane Punch, 3 times 3 damage against the target enemy, shields self for 6. I'll show you what worthiness does right now. Or in a second. Aura, for every 4 burn applied to the enemy, shields all allies for 4. For every wind ether consumed by allies, applies sidekick to self. Aura, allies with 7 or more shield gain +1 damage and 15% crit chance. That's huge if I can actually get that shield. So I'm gonna take that. Because crit chance on my guys that will have crit. Yeah, that's really big, and +7 or +1 damage. So if you look at my perks, this guy has 25% crit chance, this guy has 30% crit chance. This is just their base, this is what crit does for them. This guy has multiple, it's because I leveled up his worthiness. So defense reduces damage of each incoming hit by 1. Shielding increases shielding of shield on allies by 1. So this says shields all allies for 5. I'm pretty sure this normally says, I think it changes on screen, so I don't think this will go up to 6. I think this normally says shields all allies for 4, but because I have shielding +1, it does that. And then psychic damage +1, that might say it here. Okay, maybe it doesn't, because psychic normally does one hit for 4 damage. This will now do 1 more damage. Let's go. Talk to the knight. Oh, A lizard, a dog, a walking cannon that shoots fire. It's all the above. Pick equipment. Scepter, at the end of your turn, applies 1 temporary power to self. +1 ether, but health is reduced by 3. Increase the damage of sidekick on all allies by 1. At the start of your turn, generates 1 additional ether semi-randomly. I'm gonna do this because temporary power on the start of your turn is really, really strong on my guy that can hit for 3 times 3 damage. I believe he hits for 3 times 3 damage. Who do I want to break? I think this guy hits really hard, so let's break this guy. Or at least get close to breaking this guy. Okay, these fights are going to have to take a little more thought. So this dude will self-shield for 5 now, as you see here. Explosive Rush, 4 times 5 damage. Deals 5 damage to self. I don't have an Earth one, which is unfortunate. No, okay, my idea is to hit this guy to shield all allies. He also applied Sidekick to himself. And now I could actually break this guy, or I should probably break this guy so he doesn't do damage to me. This applies Sidekick to self. Yeah. Oh my god. Did that crit? If that crit, it would have killed. It's a lot of damage. Don't also attack him. Oh wait, I know who they are attacking. It actually tells you who's attacking who. I'll show you that right now. So right here, you can see it has this bubble trick. You can see right here, this red means he's attacking the dude on the bottom. If it was right here, it'd be dude in the middle. Right here, it'd be dude on the top. If it was all of them, then it's an attack that attacks everyone. Let's see what we can do here. I can't break one of them, but I can purge. My dude on the top will live. Let's go shield again. Applies Sidekick to self. Ooh, wait, Fire Fang is a lot of damage. I think I need to potentially take this guy out though. I can take out either of these guys. Actually, I can take out this guy now, because this guy isn't attacking. That way I'm only being attacked once this turn. This is the Fire Fang, so it is doing a lot. And then now, I should ideally be able to... Let's kill you with that so we purge your attack and you're attacking with a basic attack. Okay, wait, no, now you're healing, because I switch what you're doing. I don't want to do damage to myself. Okay, let's just do this. Wait, did I take that ability? Explosive Rush? Oh, I did. Deals 6 damage. Hit to self. Okay. I'll have to have shield whenever I use that. We're gonna do a lot of damage to this guy this turn, so I'm not too worried. Applies temporary power to allies. Let's do that just to flex, because now this dude in the middle has more temporary power and does 2 times 8 damage. And he crits, so he kills. I do have a lot more corruption than I normally have. You gain a monster soul. Cool. Wait. There's coins there. That's the way that I had started. the hell is this? He actually gave me something? Normally these people just go back to your base camp, like your hub world. So I really didn't think that this was going to be anyone. That's why I didn't really care for his conversation. Am I missing a fight down there? There is something beneath that. Let's see, can I get high ground here? Dude, this is gonna be a tough fight. This thing hits like a truck. This bird also hits like a truck. All these actually hit quite hard, and my dude in the middle is really weak. But always be scared of... What's it called? Tetzel worm? Those guys hit really hard. Apply psychic to self. I think I want to do that. I'm getting attacked on the top and bottom, so we will do this to break this guy. Let's check this bird. Hot temper. Retaliate. Applies 1 temporary power to self. Every 10 times this trait triggers, applies 5 burn to the enemy. Retaliate is triggers when this monster is attacked or receives non-attack damage. Actions that grant retaliate effect last until your next turn. Yeah, so I don't want to hit that guy a whole lot. I could stagger this guy. We'll do it, and I shield myself from this guy's attack. I stagger because of the sidekick attack. That's huge. I ideally want to kill this guy next turn. I don't want this guy to be able to attack. I don't want either of them to be able to attack next turn. Okay, hit my crits. Snow support. Heals all allies for 2x6. Cleanses 2 debuffs. Applies 2 sidekick to self. It's a lot of healing. So how corruption works is when you have corruption, it means your starting health. It doesn't mean you can't heal past that, but it means your starting health is nerfed. Not your max health, your starting health. So you see I have however much corruption here. I'm gonna have this starting health. So ignite will kill. This will also kill. I can just use this on the bird to make sure the bird doesn't attack. Let's do this. Staggered. And then let's kill. You're hitting 2x4 and poisoning. You're hitting 2x5 and applying psychic to self. Can I prevent that? I can't. I can only knock out one of them. You know what I can do though? I can Hurricane Punch this guy to knock him out and apply shield to myself. Oh, and apply Psychic to myself, so now I can knock him out. And then I apply Psychic to this dude in the middle for this next turn to be able to take this guy out. Okay, big turns. I can also use Grapple to purge your Ether, so you can't use your move. Not like it would matter, because we are about to take you out. Good stuff. Okay, no levels yet. Next turn though, everyone's leveling up. Now, next turn everyone's leveling up. Offer 5 gold to the pawn and... Ooh. Let's offer 10 gold then. Clear 6 corruption on all enemies, or on all monsters. You can open the map and click on any of those main points to teleport. So I could just sneak by these guys, but you don't really want to do that. You want to do every fight, so you do level up. I was just looking to see if I could get high ground anywhere. Which I can't. Okay, I got that just in time. The slime was about to notice me. Unfortunately, I hit this dude, which is called Ortherus, which I don't really care about. What's this base trait? On attack, if this monster first attack Wait, if it was the monster's first attack of the turn, heals the ally with the lowest health by 3. If it was the monster's second attack of the turn, applies power to self. So you really want to kill him by his second turn. Or by his second attack. You're only using your basic attack right now, which isn't too bad. You are using Toxic Slash, which is kind of annoying. I could stagger you, but then I don't get to shield all my guys. I think it's more important to shield all my guys right now to try to prevent corruption from stacking up. Yeah, let's shield. This also applies Sidekick to this guy, which actually can now break this guy who's attacking the middle. No, let's not do that yet. Let's... Oh, I need to actually. Okay, that did stagger because I crit, which is nice. I could just knock you out, or I could place a lot of damage into you and get you close to stagger for next turn. I think I will do that. Because I might be able to prevent 2 sources of damage. Never mind, you hit a crit, so you stagger regardless. And I fully blocked that. I just got poisoned, and then this character applies poison to every enemy at the end of turns. What is it exactly? It is, on action, applies 2 poison to self. Whenever poison triggers on this monster, enemies also take damage from it. Okay, that's why you don't want that thing to get out of hand. I think base attacks. Let's do this. You apply Sidekick to yourself. Crit. Crit. Nope. That's really unfortunate. You are going to get this Toxic Slash off. My dude in the middle. I could shield. That's attacking for 2 times 6. I could just prevent that. No. Let's shield. I think it's better to shield this turn. Oh, it's not because of the poison. Okay, wait, I was missing something because he attacked for 3 times 3 when I thought he was attacking for 2 times 3. So I don't know why that was. But now, you get staggered. Knock you out. Yeah, but it does all that poison damage, but that doesn't do any corruption damage, which is fine. Okay. Okay, everyone's leveling up. At the start of combat, and whenever the enemy is staggered, it applies 1 force to self. Force turns each hit into a critical hit, which deals 50% more damage rounded up and plus 1 poise damage. Each hit consumes 1 stack. Allies gain 15% crit chance, just in general. Okay. Plus 2 crit damage. Every 3rd hit of an action is a critical hit. For multi-target actions, it is every 2nd hit against each monster. Every 3rd hit. Do I have 3 hit attacks? I have Grapple, which is 2 times 3. I have Ignite, which is 3 times 3. And I have Alchemical Charge, which is 3 times 4. So the 3rd hit would be a guaranteed crit. And my crits do plus 2 damage. I think we'll just give everyone base 15% more crit. Steals 2 enemy ether, applies 2 Sidekick to self. Interesting. 3 times 3 damage against the target enemy. Steals 2 enemy ether. 2 times 5 damage against the enemy. Critical hits purge 1 enemy ether. Ooh. I like the idea of stealing 2 though. Stealing 2 is big. Because this is only critical hits purge. And I'm mainly using Earth on my dude to shield. So I could go Wind Heist here. But is that redundant with what you have? 2 times 6. Versus 3 times 3. That's why I don't like it, actually. And then I don't really care about this. Applies 2 Sidekick to self. That doesn't really matter too much to me. I guess 2 sidekick, like you use this first, right? And then it has 2 turns of sidekick for your other guys to use, but my other guy is going to be defending. Critical hits purge 1 enemy ether. I guess this can crit twice. So I'll take that. Shields all allies for 2 times 5. Heals all allies with a debuff for 2 times 4. That's really good. 3 times 3 damage against target enemy. On interrupt applies power to self, then shields for 2 for each power stack. Applies temporary power to a target ally, then shields for 4 for each power stack. Free action. Oh, I hope I find that later. I really hope I find that later. Common belt. On interrupt, 50% chance to apply power on self. I'd actually prefer that on this guy. On interrupt, 50% chance to apply power. That's a guy that will be interrupting a lot because he crits. I believe you always go Ether Spring because normally these give you, or they have a chance to give you just more ether right off the bat. Yeah, I'm not gonna pick up any of those. Equipment from random loot drops have a 35% chance to be a higher tier. At the end of each combat, cleanses 1 corruption from each of your monsters. That's really, really good. Normally my loot drops by the end are pretty good. And there's like ways to upgrade them and stuff. Cleansing 1 corruption is just nice sustaining to have, especially on this higher difficulty. Ooh, parry. I didn't really realize what was happening. I got it just in time. Okay, so I really want to use this Ignite or Alchemical Charge or Explosive Burst. Shields all allies for 2 times 5. This also would apply sidekick to my guy. I'm getting attacked on the top for quite a bit. 20 damage. 6 damage applies to weakness. Wait a minute. I can't stagger, can I? I can grapple and get rid of your ability to use your 20 damage. Which I think I should. I also think I should do this. Heal them up and give them shield. Apply 2 turns of sidekick on my guy. That will both be consumed this turn if I choose to do so. Well, no, which will no matter what. I think we'll go basic actually. Just 12 damage on a sidekick. Okay, yeah, you take the hit. Now you're gonna get hit again with weakness, which is really, really bad, because weakness makes you do 1 damage for each hit, but you consume it, like, as you use it, so sets the base damage of each hit to 1. Hit consumes a stack. Applies dodge to self. Applies regeneration to all allies. I really don't want you to get that off. Critical hits purge. I would love this to crit twice. I kind of need it to crit twice. I think I need to use this again though. It's 3 turns of psychic, so you actually might be able to kill probably this guy. I want to kill this guy. I don't want him to be able to get that off. Purges in ether. I don't think we'll be able to... I don't think we'll be able to kill this guy. But we can stagger this guy. And then kill these two next turn. Because now I have more crit chance on this bird. No, I won't because he gets the heal up, that's right. Okay, I need to kind of go all in on this bird. And how would I do that? Regardless, let's keep our boy shielded. Yeah, this is how I do that. Good crits. Nice, that crit for 27 damage. That's insane. These guys are going to heal each other a lot. Doesn't really matter what I do right now. I need to be able to build more ether. I need traits that help me get ether. Yeah, because I needed fire charges there. But I get to steal their ability and apply regeneration on my own guys, which is fun. Unfortunately, it's a long fight. But that's 3 things a sidekick built up. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. They have a lot of regeneration on them. So it's going to be a long fight as long as I can't stagger them. Yeah, I'm not getting the fire. Ooh, I just got the fire that I need. Now if this crits, that's really nice. What are the odds that it crits? It misses its crit. And then I'm just going to do this shield. To shield my boy. I really don't want him to be building a lot of corruption. And then I could try to take this guy out next turn. Yeah, he only got 1 thing of corruption with that. Just do basic attack to build fire for next turn so I can stagger you next turn. And then we will go basic as well here because this dude's about to heal. And then we will do bubble trick, so I apply sidekick to myself for next turn. And I could do this to apply psychic. 2 turns of psychic. And 3 times 7 damage against the target, purges 2 enemy ether, otherwise applies 3 burn. No crits. Okay, crit there. Crit there. Huge. Cleanse 1 corruption. Okay. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just want to talk about this real quick so that you guys know what's going on. So I should be burning more. I'm not really utilizing this a whole lot, but when this monster applies 1 or more burn stack to the enemy, I'll break 1 poise, which is how you stagger them. And then enemies that are burning do get a 5% more crit chance for every second burn. And then I already have 15% base crit, or additional crit. Whenever I use the actions, so that's currently these 2, like the latest actions from a monster, whenever I use these, so this one has 3 ether, I'm gonna purge the same amount of ether that was spent on that action from the enemies. And then on 3 crits, I'm gonna generate wild ether. And then one of the reasons why I like to use Snowy Embrace, shields all allies for 2 times 5, so they're all gonna have 10 shield, is because of this. When allies with 7 or more shield gain 1 damage and 15% crit chance. So I should be using this at the start of the turn. if I have the ether to do this and I do want to shield, I should use that before attacking so that my allies can get that +1 damage and that 15% crit chance. And my dude is just going to give himself sidekick as well when I do that. Okay. Let me look at the map. Okay. Guess we'll go check out this top side first. Is it just a tent? Oh, there is something over here. Blank memento. I think that's how you capture the monsters. I have already captured a majority of them. We'll do this because I might get lucky and might be able to stagger this guy turn 1. I will be able to. They're not going to have over 7 shield because I am not able to use Snowy Embrace. But I will do this because it applies temporary power. I'll crack this guy. That's... yeah, it's only 3 times 2 damage. And then we'll just attack this guy to try to take him out next turn. Yeah, why did it do 9 damage? It said it was doing... wasn't I correct in what it said it was doing? I don't know why it's doing 3 times 3 damage. I'm not entirely sure. Let me get my order right. This is going to apply sidekick. It's going to give him the +1 damage. Will I still be able to kill with that? I will. Okay. So I get to stagger this guy. And when they're burning, they do have more critical chance. So that sidekick attack had a greater chance at hitting a critical. It just happened to miss. And then I do have to use Aqua Pounce to kill. Yeah, 20 damage. I want to avoid that at all costs. Let's shield up. Let's bubble kick here because I apply sidekick. Oh no, all the sidekicks consumed there. I had to kill. That was actually a mistake because I was hoping all the sidekick would be used here to knock out this guy. So that was a mistake on my end because he's going to attack for 14 again, right? Yeah. It is what it is. I should be able to... no, I won't be able to stagger here, but I will be able to kill. Okay, one more for my middle guy to level up. Okay, teleport back here. See what we got, see what we got. Can I get high ground on you guys? I can't. Sure. I don't know what these dragon dudes do, I kind of forget, so I will read. Give the worm. On support action, applies temporary power to self. On attack, transfers all power and temporary power stacks to every other ally. Oh. So if they're going for a support action right away, you kind of want to take care of them. They're not going to be gaining temporary power and transferring it, so maybe I just attack this guy first. Let's do this just to protect my boys and give them the buff. My top dude's getting the most heat on him. Do that attack, your sidekick attack, and then I can use grapple to purge so that you just have to use a basic attack. That's the best we can do. Still has 2 shield. It's going to get hit for what? For 6. Purges 2 enemy ether, generates fire, fire, fire. So that's the support actions. These 2 dudes are going to start going in with each other. I could heal. I could heal, but I don't really see the... No, I do see the point, actually. Let's use this heal. Apply regeneration to everyone. It's such a minor difference, and they have enough ether that it doesn't really matter if I use grapple. Yeah, they're purging a lot. They're purging everything. And they're generating a lot of fire, so they each have temporary power. 1 times 10 damage against target enemy, consumes fire ether. Ooh, that's a lot. But if this crits... Ooh, I don't have the ability to use Snowy Embrace. I'm kind of going for the gamble here. No, let's do this. So I at least apply one thing a sidekick. And boost my crit chance. No, I'm not boosting my crit chance because I'm not over... I need to be over 7 shield. Just pray. Nice. Big crit. Do I just take this guy out right now? I don't think I do, actually. Let me... Because he's not doing anything this turn. Let me burn this guy so I have higher crit chance on him next turn. And I remove one of his poise bars. And then I could use whatever enemy... Whatever monster I need to generate ether on this guy to hit this guy. We're hitting 1 times 10. I can actually... This is ballsy. It's not really that ballsy. Oh, wait, I was... No, wait, this is perfect, this is perfect. I'm gonna generate... No, never mind, I'm not generating the water. Never mind. But I kill anyways. I thought I was generating water. This guy is fire and earth. My top guy. Okay, new... What is it? Is it... New trait. On crit, deals 3 wild hit damage. Oh, that's great. Wild damage counts as any element, so it can break poise for any element as long as it hits. On attack, cleanse 2 debuff from self and heal self for 3. This monster's sidekick attack is always critical. Theoretically, that would be better. That would be better on this stone guy right here, because he hits all of his sidekick like stacks at once. So it would be better on him. I think I'm gonna do this so that I can just stagger more easily, because that's just on a critical hit, which every 3 crits generate wild ether for me. And if I use something like... I need something that has like a multi-attack. I need something that attacks like 4 times now, so I could have like 4 crits and deal 12 more damage and then instantly stagger something. Common Blade, crit chance. Oh, I want that on you. But at the end of your turn, applies 1 temporary power. On interrupt, has a 50% chance to Apply power. I really, really want that on you. What is your innate crit stuff? I can't see right now, unfortunately. And you can't switch gear. Like, if I put this blade on this guy, I can't switch it to this guy. On interrupt, 50% chance to apply power. Let's just give him the 10% crit. Okay, he has nothing that really, like, affects crit. Like, this guy has more stuff that affects his crits. So it would have been better on the other guy, but I like what he already has, the temporary power. Witch, Merchant, Epic Loot Drop. Just go Witch. I really forget what the Witch does. I think the Witch is kind of volatile to your run. I think she could really hurt it if you don't get something good. So Witch was maybe a throw here. I don't know what I did. I clicked very quickly. Wind Kick. Oh, I'm getting rid of one of my things. Apply Sidekick to self. I like the Sidekick. And I like having Wind Kick because I want... I think I'm going to get rid of Explosive Burst right now. Okay, I just have to choose something else. Oh, 3x3. I wanted something to hit multiple times. Against target enemy. Purges one enemy ether. On interrupt, shields all allies. That's really nice because I actually don't have a lot of shield, but also because shielding shielding doesn't just benefit this guy. Whenever this guy gets shield, right? For every shield this monster receives, it will also help. Apply Psychic to self. Reactivates target ally. Whoa. Grants another turn to a monster that already spent its turn. I don't think I have enough ether generation to use that. 2x4 damage against all enemies. Critical hits deal additional 3 damage. Wait, that's all enemies. That's all enemies, and if I'm critting, I'm generating wild ether, and I have now 6 chances to crit. And on crit, I do more damage, which each crit would now do 6 more damage. But this is so good. I think I have to go with Ice Spears. I think I would almost always interrupt with this. But let's do this. It's just about building that guy up now. Oh, we're on the boss. Let's get a high ground. Okay, I haven't done this in a while. Let's see how this goes. So he's using Echo, 2x3 damage, purges 1 ether. So I do want to, I actually can't prevent him from using that because it only uses 1. What can I do? Not a whole lot. I can just kind of shield my guys. I guess that's a fine start. Might as well. Gotta quit there. So I got a crit there, so you notice I did 3 more damage, and I haven't got the wild ether yet, because I need 3 crits. Wait, this is really nice. I get to use his ability, Echo, which will purge, so that he can't use Pollen Blast, which is 12 damage and applies 3 weakness. I actually have the ether as well to apply shield again. Heals all allies with a debuff as well. He had weakness, so he got healed. Oh my god, his sidekick hit for 32. I could use grapple, but I'd rather just generate fire and earth ether so that I can now hopefully generate another fire and use ignite next turn. Never mind, he got rid of that. Well, I also have counters right up here to show my Earthen Striker stacks and to show, I believe it's my critical ether. Yes. Let's remember to always use this first. Okay, and then because I have a wild ether, I could use ignite because it consumed a fire and a wild. And now I have higher crit chance on these guys. I could also use echo to purge one ether so I can't use that pollen blast. He applied weakness to everyone, which is actually really nice because I get to heal. Oh my god, wait, purges 2 enemy ether and generates a bunch of fire. That's really nice. This is kind of like a stalling turn, where I just shield myself up. I get a lot of sidekick. I'm gonna purge your ether so you can't use your moves. And then I'm going to apply more bird hue. And do a lot of poise damage. Now I should have a lot of crit chance on this guy as well. And I should be able to use Alchemical Charge, which will purge 2 ether on him. Once again, just apply the shield because I do more damage. Or no, I have the greater crit chance, yeah, and +1 damage. Let's go. Oh, it did consume my... If I get 2 crits here, I got 1 crit, unfortunately. Let's just apply more burn stacks. Because every time he uses an ability... Oh, that also staggered him because I applied burn. Every time he uses an ability, it's going to do 6 damage to him as well. Because of the burn. I get to use Pollen Blast and apply weakness to him right now. And it's going to steal his ether because it's consuming 3. So let's do this. And now it's the Pollen Blast because it does more damage and it should kill. My sidekick hit for 41, holy shit. Okay, this is working out well. Cleanse 1 corruption. A lot of worthiness. Nice, you level up a new trait. Whenever an enemy gets attacked for the 2nd time in the same turn, triggers burn on them. That's huge. +2 critical hit, or crit damage for every 3rd hit of an action is critical. I don't think you have 3 hit attacks, right? Every 3rd hit, do I have 3 hit attacks? I have grapple, which is 2 times 3. I have ignite, which is 3 times 3. And I have alchemical charge, which is 3 times 4. Oh, you do have 2. 3 times 3. So every 3rd hit would be critical. You're not really... I think rapid fire is actually better. Sorry for all the clicking. I think rapid fire would be better for the burning mark. And whenever this monster applies 1 or more burn stack to an enemy, it breaks 1 poison on them. I think rapid fire is better. This would help break poise as well, but I'm gonna do this. Your trait. At the start of your turn, shields all allies for 3. Triggers 1 more time for allies with 50% health or less. That's huge. That just gets my guy more and more sidekick, and it makes me not have to use... I can use instead of using Snowy Embrace, which Snowy Embrace is nice, I can use Mineralize to apply temporary power and shield allies for 5, with the 3 gives them tactical shields because they're above 7 shields, so they'll have that +1 damage and 15 crit chance for only 1 earth rather than a wind and water. Okay, that's really good. Psychic attacks from allies deal 2 times 2 damage. Okay, this is big because 1 damage for 4, 2 damage for 2, or 2 attacks for 2. It's both 4 damage. But if you have temporary power, this is now 2 damage for 3. That's 6. If you have 2 things of temporary power or +1 hit, that can be 2 damage for 8. That's really big. For every 20 damage absorbed by shields on allies, applies power to the ally with the lowest amount of power. I don't think that's that great because it's probably going to be this guy. I don't really care about this guy. I think it's emergency response. I would love to pick up Make It Double, but I'm going to do that. I believe it is emergency response. Gain armor epic. Oh my god, on the start of your turn, shield self for 4. On action, 33% chance to generate random ether. Increases damage by critical hits by 2. That's really, really cool for this guy. But the shield self by 4 is great on this guy because it just gives him more psychic. And currently, because of like the burning effects and like the base critical hit chance, his psychic hits are critting. So the damage of each critical hit by 2 is pretty big on this guy. To be fair, it is only going to be 2 damage because all of his sidekick attacks are combined into 1. So it's not that great, but you know. That base shield is really nice. So now he's just going to apply 7 shield on himself. Like right off the rip. But it's actually 5 shield because I have the +1 shielding. Okay, drink the soup. Talk to the shop. This is why you should never really go shop, because you always have this. Banner. All allies gain 7% crit chance and 7% evasion, +1 burn damage. That's like insane. On single target attack, if enemies have 5 or more Aether, purges 1 enemy Aether, +5 health, 1 wild Aether. Consumes all of your Aether, then generates 7 random Aether. Okay, let's pick up the banner and put it on Sharoof. And then I have 49 gold. Let's just get bonus experience. Buy it again. Buy it again. Okay. Okay, now we're on World 2. Currently this demo only goes through World 2. Dude, this is a long video. What's up, chef? Let's go Sharoof. This must be an elemental challenge. Let Sharoof take on the challenge. On success, the monster gains 2 XP and 100 worthiness on failure. Oh my god, huge. So its worthiness just leveled up. So it has +5 health. Max health is increased by 5. So that's an okay buff. Not like one of the more impactful buffs that I've seen. Like the 1 more shielding or 1 less hit. Like the +1 defense is definitely better, or like 1 more damage on hit. Those are all better buffs. +5 health is kind of whatever to me. Get all my coins. Okay, now we're fighting the dude that I have. And then other cooks. Okay, yeah, so they all have 3. I can use this and save the wind. It still applies temporary power. So they have temporary power. They have temporary power from this, which a stack of power, which increases damage of each hit by 1 on attack, consumes all temporary power at the end of the turn. But they also have tactical shields where they do have +1 damage, so they get like 2 +1s. Like, I would love to use this right now, but I don't have the ether for it. That would just do a shit ton of damage. I can make it so one of the chefs heals all allies for 6, applies regeneration to all allies. I can stagger this guy before he starts shielding everyone. Wait, what was that? What was that? What was that? That's the new thing I have. Whenever an enemy gets attacked for the second time in the same turn, triggers burn on them. Oh, that's awesome because I have sidekick. I thought it triggered burn on him. Where is the burn on him? Wait, this is going to make them attack me. Oh, just that guy attacked me. Okay, luckily I shielded it. Let's kill this guy. I thought I applied burn on him. Lava Soup. 3 times 5 damage against a target enemy. Consumes all cooking stacks, so apply 1 weakness and 2 burn. I would prefer if you don't. Let's do this to give the temporary power and the crit chance when they have above 7 shield. So if this crits, it only got 1 crit. But the sidekick damage. Unfortunately I can't kill this guy. He's applying temporary power, which doesn't really matter. I'll just kill this guy. It doesn't really matter because this guy isn't using an attack. Oh my god, but he's getting so much shield. Holy shield. That's a lot of shield to break through. Shield self for 2 times 4. 1 times 15 damage against target enemy deals additional damage equal to the amount of shield on this monster. He is going for the 1-hit KO. Yeah, I actually realized that I can burn that guy and kill him, break his poise. Let's just hit this guy with basic attack to generate some more ether. And then we will wind kick this guy. If I crit, then he's gonna get real close to being broken. Yeah. Break him next turn, he's just healing himself. He did apply burn to me though, which is annoying. I am going to shield myself so that the burn doesn't hurt too bad. He actually is trying to hurt me quite a bit. But we're fine. What about take this guy for 1,000,000? Oh, I can't ignite him though. Critical hits steal 3 more damage. If they do hit crits, that would be incredible, but yeah, it's fine. You get staggered. No, I actually do have enough. %25 chance evasion. Second crit for every 3rd hit. Wait, did you have a 3-hit attack? I don't think you do. 2 times 4, 2 times 6. No, you don't. For every 3 wind ether consumed, applies psychic to self. That's pretty good. Every 4 critical hits purges 1 enemy ether. I would love to have this and then this, because if I have, I would just apply psychic to myself more often. The issue that this character currently has, it's not really an issue, is my only way to apply psychic is with bubble trick, which I'm not really using too often. I'm mainly using wind kick and hopefully pushing into ice spears. So I think because of that, I am going to go every 4 crits does purge, especially because I do have this, which hits all enemies, and if I'm hitting 3 enemies 2 times, that is potential for 6 crits. So it's a lot of purging potential. Okay, the books. Books aren't too scary if you take out their friends quickly. The books are scary if their friends live for a long time. The books basically need their friends to use abilities to start going crazy. This is also scary though. Generates wild ether and applies power to self. 2 times 3 damage. Okay. Do this, give it temporary power. I actually will be able to bubble kick here. Or bubble trick. Oh, if that crit, that would have been nice. This just kills because of the psychic attack. And I actually just purged one of their ethers, so you can't use the move he was going to use. Okay, these are very similar looking counters. Which is which? Purging critical. This is like the conch shell. This is the bullet soup. That doesn't help me. Purging critical is this one. So that's a 4 counter. This is a 3 counter. This is the counter that generates wild ether. This is the one that purges. Okay. Let's just do this. The book isn't attacking me. I should have shielded before that. You know what? No, I shouldn't have shielded. This is the rare turn where this guy actually just gets to do damage. Just let both of them do damage. Generate ether. And this book is going to get bodied. I could do this for my own team now. Can I do this? Oh my god, he staggers on his own. Shit. I didn't even need to attack with the middle dude. I for sure thought I was going to have to. Okay, you level up again. You're level 6. You're level 4. I want to get you leveled up. New action. 4 times 2 damage against the target enemy. Critical hits deal 4 additional damage. How good is your crit chance? All allies have 7% crit chance and 7% invasion. Whenever seeing enemy is attacked twice, trigger burn on them. 15% crit chance. 5% crit chance on burning targets. 25% crit chance. Okay, that's very tempting. But I want to use Wind Ether other places. 2 times 5, so we've seen this before. Purges 2 enemy ether on interrupt. Applies. So interrupt could also be if you prevent the enemies from using their turn. Applies 3 burn to all enemies. Wait, to all enemies. For burning mark. And whenever this monster applies 1 or more burn on. So it would also break poise on them. That's actually interesting. I'll take it. I really, really like the idea of Jewel Cutter because Jewel Cutter could literally just like one hit kill an enemy. It really could. It would actually one hit kill more enemies if I had like this critical hybridization on it as well. We'll do Lava Fling just because I've never used it and it sounds interesting. Skill reroll. I haven't really used my skill rerolls. Partly because I like instill in the phase of experimenting with things and not knowing everything that everything can get. At the start of your turn, generates 1 fire ether. At the start of your turn, generates 1 water. I think I'm gonna go fire because of all this. Like, actually getting my ignites off, because these guys don't generate fire ether for me. Water is nice for ice spears for the most part. And I guess for snowy embrace, but I don't really need snowy embrace as much. I'm gonna go fire. Whoa, I have 3 directions to go. These things are scary. These big shell dudes are like really, really defensive. These dudes are pretty scary. Let me see what they do. I kind of forget. At the start, wait, the first ally and the first enemy that use an action of each turn get 2 tear or 2 burn applied to them. This monster gains 1 damage and 6 evasion for every 10 debuff stacks among all monsters in combat. Among all monsters, so my burn strat against these guys is going to be pretty bad. Tear. The first hit of an incoming attack deals 1 additional damage for each stack of tear. For each stack of tear. Wait. For each stack of tear is converted to wild damage and consumes half those stacks rounded up. Wait, what was your second ability though? Peak performance. Whenever an ally reaches 4 debuff stacks, apply power and shield to them for 4. Interesting. I haven't used that ever. That's a really interesting monster to use. Purges 2 enemy ether. I could use this right here. But I can't shield myself for anything. Ooh, that is scary. I would really want to shield myself, but I think I'm... Let me just do this in a different order. The order in this game on what you attack really, really, really matters. Because now I can shield my guys. Not that they really even need it. To be fair, I shouldn't do this. Because I literally just talked about this. This monster gains 1 damage and 6 evasion for every 10 debuff stacks among all monsters in this combat. I don't want them to have those debuffs. Applies 2 tear. Fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. Okay. Let's shield up. And then let's... anything. Let's do anything. Let's do this. Psych. Why did you just hit for 99 damage? Oh, wait. If he has 3 stacks of sidekick that do 1x4 damage, I'm assuming this each damage, increase the damage of critical by 2, is for each 1 times 4. I thought they were all say you had 3 things of psychic instead of, or psychic, instead of being 1, 4, 1 times 4, 1 times 4, I thought it was going to be 1 times 12. It seems like it's 1 times 4, which now gets whatever the crit damage is, the 1 times 6, plus 2, 1 times 8 from the armor. That's crazy. And then he had, because he had more shield, he gets plus 1 damage. And He just crit for 99. I'm sorry, I haven't seen that before. Crit. Huge. Wow, 99 actually isn't the highest number that I've seen in this game, but it is the second highest number that I have hit, I think. I think I remember hitting for like 148 or something. I don't know if my order matters right now. 3 times 6 damage to all enemies is kind of a crazy thing for you to do. So let's shield up, get you above 7 shield. I should use the other one because the other one gives them temporary power. Let's bubble kick. So that you have sidekick on yourself, or sidekick. I can interrupt you. Whirlpool. That's a lot of damage. Let's stagger you. None of those are crits. You have so much crit chance. How is there no crits? Unfortunately, that would have killed if I used Mineralize last turn for the temporary power. Nice, I haven't seen that animation yet for Ice Spears. Got a level here. For every 4 burn applied to enemies, shields all allies for 4. That's kind of insane. Whenever an ally triggers sidekick, shields both attackers for 3. The dude's just going to be self-proccing sidekick on himself. On attack, deal hit. Wait, on attack, deals a hit with damage equal to the total amount of power in the party. Unfortunately, my temporary power is consumed prior, like when the first enemy uses an attack, so that when he uses his sidekick attack, he won't actually get that. But I just think whenever an ally triggers sidekick, shields both the attacker for 3. This guy is going to be applying 3 more shields to each, which is actually, I think that goes up to 4. So he is going to be attacking with sidekick to proc sidekick back on himself. That's kind of crazy. Who in the hell? Mike Golden. Yeah, that's normally what happens. Normally they just say some bullshit and they go to your zone. Nice, got high ground on him. So he is now going to be, whenever an ally triggers sidekick, shields both attackers. So you watch when he triggers sidekick, they each go up by 3. Okay, so that skill is normally 2, but because of the shielding talent, it is 3. Shriek. It's called nice. Crits to take him out. They actually miss. It's also crazy that this guy has 25% evasion. Grants a 25% chance to evade each incoming hit. That's like a lot of evasion chance. But then he also has 25 plus this 7, which is 32% chance to just evade attacks. This guy is basically going to shield every single turn because it's how he gets his damage off. Icy Purge. I want to stagger you. Can I really not kill? No, this should stagger you, right? No, it shouldn't stagger you. Never mind. Because that was the first turn of the climb. Burn! Okay, now go ahead and apply more sidekick to yourself. I keep on saying sidekick. Sidekick to yourself. And then this will stagger. And then you're gonna hit for sidekick. 411. You only had 1 stack, so I understand it not killing. And there, he just self-proc sidekick again. Not that it really matters because you're dead. Okay, we already reached the end, so let's go check these other paths. Let me read up on what the bats do. Aura, tear on enemies, deals 2 more damage and heals the attacker 33% of damage hit, rounded up, auto heal. On attack, heals an ally with the lowest health by 2x2. Okay. Wait, so the bats are really healers? Do they have heal in their... Oh my god. Increases damage, increases damage, increases damage? These dudes do so much. Dodge, heal, tear. Alright. Let me take these guys out first. Unfortunately, I don't have enough fire. Just go for this, like, outright. I really want to shield, though. It makes sense to shield. I was very tempted to just hit the ice spears right off the rip. Especially because it would have staggered you. Still do this, though. Then you can kill. Yeah, you fully shield that. You fully shield that. Yeah, I could do this and apply burn to all enemies. Let's do that. So now I have really, really high crit chance on them. I can out shield them. And then I can scald them. Doesn't really matter who, they both have the same amount of health. And how hard does this hit? 66. Didn't take any damage. I only got 1 fire, but I technically, no, I have 2, and then the wild. So I could do, no, I could do this. Give it temporary power. Let me hit here to stagger. Get more burn. You could probably kill if you crit enough. No, you don't. Okay. Oh. He self-proc sidekick again and then just punched him right there. Armor rare. The the start of your turn, shields for 3. Shields for 5. Increase the damage of burn against enemies by 1. At the end of your turn, applies 1 temporary power. Let's scrap. Oh my god. Dude has so much experience. Okay, I highly doubt there's another fight, right? Yeah. I don't have any gold. Let's just go here. I don't really remember what this character does. Can I talk to him? Thank you. Trade Monster Flask for an upgraded artifact. Trade an antidote. Heals target ally. Cleanses debuff. Sure. Heals all allies for 5. Cleanses 5 corruption. Applies power to target ally. Generates wild ether. 3 charges. Let me do that. So I haven't really used those. Those are items that your character can use. In a fight, I haven't really needed to use them. Right here at the bottom. You can see I have capture if I haven't caught one of them yet. Which you need to stagger them to capture them. I have the flask where I could heal for 20, or now generate wild ether. I use these sometimes, but I don't really have the need to use them. Like, you'll use your capture a lot in the beginning, but for the most part, I'm pretty good. Oh my god, it takes 7 to break you. Let's see if we can go offensive and break the bat. That didn't crit. If that crit, it would have procced wild ether and staggered. Wait, why did that stagger? Does the burn stagger after the turn? Does this... Whenever this monster applies 1 or more burn to an enemy, breaks 1 poise, is that at the very end of the turn? And that's why I haven't been noticing it? Hurricane Punch, that could hurt. Not too worried about your basic attack, except for the fact that it is going into the middle, dude. One more shield. What's this doing? Missed. They all have a lot of tear. Tear is going to make them... The first hit of an incoming attack deals 1 additional damage for each stack of tear, so it's going to do 3 additional damage. Converted to wild damage, consumes half those stacks rounded up. Should have looked at this attack. Shields all allies for 6, deals damage to all enemies equal to the amount of shield on this monster. Fortunately, you're dead. Unfortunately, this guy isn't attacking, so this tear shouldn't do anything. Does the tear go down each turn, or is it until you get hit? So I can't cleanse a debuff. He's doing 20 damage. How am I going to prevent this guy from doing this? Well, I made the mistake of not mineralizing first. And I made the mistake of not using actually Snowy Embrace because I didn't... I should have mineralized first and then used Ignite, but because I didn't, I should have just used Snowy Embrace right now. Critical hits deal 3 additional damage. Doesn't really matter. Just wing kick and crit, double crit. You're a god. Nice, now I can just click a button. Whatever button I like. Click this one. Dude, this middle dude is the GOAT. It's so incredibly hard. Okay, everyone levels up next fight. Everybody levels up next fight. Brace self or retaliates triggers when attack against the enemy. I should actually do that. Do this first. Stagger you. Oh, I should have. No, I couldn't stagger you. Never mind. So we're gonna brace to get more shield because we're being double attacked in the center. Wait, no, you're healing. I didn't even read it. No, you're basic attack. Never mind. Nice. Do you do that twice? Yeah, you do attack back. Nice. I want a bunch of sidekick. Nice. Get your crits. Huge. Does the sidekick kill? No, it doesn't. Let's mineralize. Get the temporary power. I think I'm just killing this guy. No, I'm killing them both. Crit. I'm missing my crits. Oh. Still punches for so much though. Okay, everybody levels up. This is a great turn. It's crazy that they're leveling up. They already feel so powerful. New trait. Whenever this monster purges, steals ether, breaks one poise of the same element on all enemies. Whoa. For every ether purge stolen by this monster applies power to self. Every 4 crits purges an ether. So I'm only really purging with grapple. No, purges 2 enemies, 2 ether if the enemy has a burn. No, and I have lava fling. Wait, lava fling purges 2 enemy ether. Breaks 1 poison of the same element on all enemies. Sure. New action. Whoa. Lightning Chaos. 2 times 5 on all enemies. 15% crit. Critical hits purge 1 enemy ether. Don't I have something that's like just like that? No, I got rid of it. I got rid of it for ice spews. Oh, it was... No. I don't know what it is. Applies Psychic to self, reactivates target ally. What would be crazy on this is double shielding, right? This would be really, really good for the boss where there's only one enemy, where I could apply Psychic to myself, reactivate the shield dude to apply more shield, hit with the final dude. There's some fire move that applies fire or applies burn to the other guys, and that dude has so much shield on him that he's just going to hit for 1,000,000 because of Sidekick. But I think this is going to hit incredibly hard because this is 4 attacks for 2 damage. 2 times 3 damage to the target enemy. Apply Psychic to self. Shields self for 2 times 4. 1x 14 damage. Oh, I wish I got the other one that reactivates a target. Imagine this guy shielding himself and then hitting this. Applies 2 temporary power to self. For his sidekick hits? Because it's a free turn, so he gets to do something else with his turn. Not that that even really matters, he doesn't need to do anything else. The soul altar took 1 of your monster souls. Choose a boon for the next 2 fights. Oh, I didn't want to do this. Applies 2 sidekick to all allies. Allies gain crit chance. Go sidekick boon. I didn't really want to do that, but I guess it doesn't matter because I'm not using my monster souls. Like, my dudes aren't dying, they have 0 corruption, and I've had 0 corruption the entire time, I think. Which... Epic loot drop. Big. Armor epic. Starter turn. Shield self for 4. Increases damage of each wind hit by 1. Converts the first ether generated by this monster into... it doesn't really matter. It's epic, but it's not better than this because this shield self for 5. And the crit damage. It's unfortunately ass. That's unfortunate. That could have been something amazing. Is this final boss? This is final boss. Okay, let's dunk on this idiot. Let me just remind myself what I just picked up. I picked up Jewel Cutter. I'm happy I picked this up. It's really good single target damage. So I need to generate ether before I actually really go in. Oh wait, I'm happy that I picked up that boon as well. Has chosen Earth. Whenever an ally or an enemy uses an Earth action, this dude gets Wild Ether. I don't care if you get Wild Ether. I would love to be... Oh, I can burn you. Huge. Okay, boost their crit chance a little bit. Dang, he didn't hit a crit. Get my boy to have more sidekick turns. Nice. Wait, the burn staggers him, right? No, I misunderstood. Okay, check me. 2 temporary power. He's going to now... I can't do this. I wanted to use Jewel Cutter. Because look how hard Jewel Cutter would hit now. 4 times 5 critical hits deal 4 additional damage. Wait, I can use Jewel Cutter. But the sidekick is going to be consumed now. Don't worry, it doesn't matter because he's going to stagger here. And then I'm going to be able to use Jewel Cutter while this guy's staggered. And he just hit for 93 damage. And then I'm going to hit for a ton of damage. Okay, I know he hit for 93 damage. I think I just hit for 93 damage, and then all the collective hits there, I think equaled over 93 damage. That's insane. This dude's getting shat on. Applies to burn. This purges to ether, but it doesn't matter, he has so many. I just want to do... Okay, I can do this to apply 2 temporary power for his sidekick hits. I can use this to apply temporary power to my allies. And him, give him more sidekick. I can... I'm gonna consume the sidekick right now. I think this is gonna kill him. I think he's dead right now. How hard does this hit? 41, he didn't crit. If he crit, he might have killed. But he dies now. Dude, they need a harder difficulty. They need a harder difficulty. I haven't lost one of these yet, and I'm not mad at it because I really love the interactions and stuff that I have going on, but I have not lost one of these yet, and this is on the hardest difficulty, and my dudes didn't get touched the entire fucking time. They, like, their health did not get touched. Like, I definitely think I missed some things. Like, there was probably a bunch of optimal plays that I could have been doing, especially earlier on, but I really, really like this game, and I do want to cover this game when it does come out to early access. I might have less time for that, but that was just a slaughter. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go see real quick if I can unlock any more dudes. This is like the meta progression and stuff, or some of it. Some of these dudes you can get to start runs with. The bat, or the dude that, the final boss. Sure. Let's do the final boss. I have enough to unlock the bat. I also have enough to unlock this guy, so I have everything unlocked. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this Aethermancer video. When the game comes out, I'm definitely going to be playing this, and I want to cover it on the channel. I might be busier during that time, but I still would love to make videos on this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I will catch you next time. Peace.